Last week, we sat here excited because the Browns were again on primetime on Sunday Night Football. Why? Well, we wanted to take the other side of that. But this is a new week and hopefully a new Browns team. And so we are looking at the Browns heading to Baltimore to face the Ravens, and they are a 7-point underdog. So my question to you, was last week's sort of embarrassing beatdown a reason to be a full touchdown underdog to the Baltimore Ravens?
Well, I mean, we look at that game. They only lost by a touchdown despite all of their foibles. And so while they're on the road this week, it's really about betting the numbers and not the teams. And last season, the Ravens were only 6-point favorites against Cleveland with everything to play for. The AFC North, basically right in front of them. Cleveland only had pride to play for, and they covered that number. Here, both teams have a lot to play for. The winner of this game is going to be the favorite of the AFC North moving forward. So this is very much about saying, okay, the numbers shook out last week, but the narratives were even more overblown than the numbers. Fade the narratives, go with the numbers here, pick Cleveland.
A couple of key matchups here, and I think you have to start at the quarterback position. We have been huge proponents of Lamar Jackson, and he has been fantastic this season. But the one quarterback I think that we decidedly would have taken over him in that draft was Baker Mayfield. And the narrative in the market about these two quarterbacks is totally different. Everyone is trashing Baker Mayfield while praising Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson has been good, but in that game against the Chiefs, he needed a couple of Hail Mary catches to keep that game close. Baker Mayfield, on the other hand, has been on the bad side of variance and has actually graded better than Lamar Jackson so far this season. It is close, but you have the better quarterback getting 7 points here. It is an opportunity where you might have to hold your nose, but it's one that you want to take advantage of because more often than not, the better quarterback getting points, that's a recipe for success.
Yeah, one thing hidden from Sunday Night Football was the fact that Cleveland's secondary, as banged up as they were, limited Jared Goff down the field and outside the numbers. And even with those Hail Mary plays by Lamar Jackson last week against Kansas City, he was only 3 from 11 on such throws. So Cleveland has the sort of decided advantage there. If you flip to the other side of the ball, the Ravens have, Jimmy Smith is out, Marlon Humphrey is questionable here. They might have, a more vulnerable secondary than we think, giving Baker Mayfield, should that offense sort of turn it around, an ample opportunity to go down the field to Odell Beckham, Jarvis Landry, and company.
Well, this is, pardon my pun, a kitchen sink game for the Cleveland Browns, and that's actually the one thing that gives me pause. John Harbaugh has been as good a coach from a decision-making standpoint, from the way that he's empowered his offense and defense so far this season, and has a decided advantage against Freddie Kitchens, who, look, he called a draw on 4th and 9, wasn't great. A lot of his passing concepts have left something to be desired, from that entire offense. So that gives me a little bit of worry, but it's now or never for the Cleveland Browns. I expect them to throw everything at this game. For more on this game and every game on the NFL and FBS college football slate, head to pff.com/Greenline.
Thanks for watching the PFF YouTube channel. And if you want to subscribe, all you have to do is push the button. Don't forget everything you get. A little fantasy, push the button. A little Greenline for the gambling aspects of the game, push the button. College football, push the button. The YouTube channel from PFF.